Dude, so what's going on?
Not much.
What's your name?
Alistar, Albans. Just made second at Columbus and 5 other tops in the year. This would have been my 7th. I started off 5-0 and lost 3 in a row to just random. Just it's upsetting, but
Yeah, it happens.
happens.
Gotta move on.
Okay, so here's the deck profile that we started off again. I'll try to do these explanations roughly the same way. We got these 3 Reborn Tengus.
They're all German or something.
Yeah, they're German. They're pretty cool. I don't know. Don't need to say anything about them, but I do need to say some stuff about Thunder King. 3 of him instead of just the 2. We side decked the 3rd one in Columbus, but this card is just so ridiculous when you start off with turn 1 against pretty much anything, especially the Plant Mirror.
Yeah.
So we had to basically I cut out Effect Veiler for him as a 3rd light for Soldier. But that's not really like the real purpose. He's just nuts turn 1, whereas Effect Veiler really only hits Tour Guide, and it's good to draw off Maxi, but
it's a better top deck than Veiler 2 late game.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's 1900, nothing runs over it,
Yeah.
and it just beats over Tengus randomly, which is just so sick.
Yeah.
Got these Tour Guides. Run 3, obviously. He became even a little bit more nuts with that Wind Up Zen Mains card that just got introduced.
A little broken.
A little broken. It's actually not even really, I wouldn't consider it a safe play to summon Tour Guide first turn anymore. Like, it's just so much shit can happen, especially with all these Thunder Kings and just like Mind Control Econ combos with their own Tour Guide. It's pretty risky. So like if you start off with like Thunder King and this, I'd usually just summon Thunder King first.
Okay.
Or like this you use for more XYZs now. I don't know, it's just how it kind of works out. You run 3 copies of Maxi. I have some pretty cool Maxis.
Pretty good.
I only ran 2 in Columbus. I ran 2 Effect Veilers also. I don't know if that was a bad thing. It worked out, but now I had to bump it up to 3 Maxi. I feel like this is the great equalizer in the Plant Mirror match. Like, and pretty much across all matches. Like, I feel like if I draw this card in the Plant Mirror, I'm probably just gonna win every time. Like, it sounds pretty cocky.
Put the damper on their plans.
Yo, it's just you just play this card right. Like, you don't squander it at the right time. Like, you just play it right, and you usually just win. And if you don't have it, then they can just do a lot of pretty fucked up things to you, and you're just upset. This is weird. Nobody's doing this except for a few other people.
I kind of like that.
Actually, 2 people, Silverman and Frazier. We all decided that 2 Reapers was just nutty.
Yeah.
This card is just so freaking good against opposing Thunder Kings, opposing big synchros, everything. It also just fucking, like, okay, say you open this, turn 1, and warning, which is pretty common, especially if you run 2 of these.
Yeah.
And you just go, like, set this turn 1, set warning whatever they summon, flip next turn, and, like, just discarding cards is just so ridiculous. Like, a lot of the games I was winning, I would just hit with this once, and then they'd have to waste like Econ or like Mind Control, maybe even Dark Hole on it just to get rid of it, so they didn't get hit again. It's just, that card is just so crazy, and I love it. And the fact that it's level 3, it just opens up, like, once you've already got your hit with it, you can go like XYZ with a Tour Guide that already got its Sangan, or like Dandelion or something like that, and just do like, it gets so much more utility out of it. We got the Sangan, which is, I'm not going to talk about Sangan.
Sangan. Dandelion,
Spore, Lone Fire, and I don't know where my glow up bulb is. I think somebody took it from me so they could use it. Debris Dragon. I was actually not going to run Debris Dragon, but they made me run it at the last second just because I side this out every single time in the Plant Mirror.
Yeah.
But against everything else, like random decks, he's got 2,000 defense. He's just high utility. Search him. There's Mind Control XYZ combos. Take opposing
He's a tuner.
teams. He's pretty sick. Soldier, definitely not going to talk about Soldier.
Soldier's
fucking
God.
Soldier. He's
God.
Every time, my Soldier's very faithful to me too. So, ran 1 Caius instead of 2. I feel like this card's really great if you go first when you're running 2 Caius. It's pretty nutty because going first just sets you up for so much with Caius, and he's great.
Yeah.
But I found myself siding out the second one like a lot of the time for going second. I felt like there's just better cards to have turn 1 like Thunder King. So
Agreed.
I only ran 1. And then the Gores, that's all my monsters. I ran 23 monsters, same amount as in Columbus. As for spells, we ran 2 Econs. There's just far too much to say about Econ, in the time I'm allowed for this interview.
Yeah.
But Econ is another equalizer in the Plant Mirror match. This card just opens up a lot of combos, lets you dodge a lot of cards, like Veiler, random, like, you might get shut down, like, they might book your tuner or something, and you can Econ tribute your tuner, take their shit, bring your tuner back, like Spore Glow Up, and just do other... Econ is just the nuts.
It's like the new Book of Moon, pretty much.
Yeah, it's also that.
Because it's all offensive and defensive.
Yeah, you can go, like, one of my favorite things to do is, like, a common, like, combo, I'll open like Thunder King Maxi and maybe this. So I'll go like summon Thunder King, set this, and they might try to like XYZ to force it out, like force my Thunder King to get out. And instead, what I'll do is I'll just Maxi the Tour Guide, draw a card. They'll be like, all right. They'll like go into Leviathan or whatever, and I'll be like, sure, it's fine, no negation. Draw another card. So I got my Pot of Greed already. They go to attack, you just econ it and swing over with whatever. Got hella floaters and stuff, so your attacks are always gonna go through. So this card is just too much.
Yeah, it's really good.
2 Space Typhoons.
Obvious.
Yeah, I don't really need to say much about Space Typhoon.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Scapegoats still run it. A few people decide to cut it for whatever reasons, but it's pretty good. There's a lot of combos. Like I like all the Sanguine combos. You can just search out Lone Fire. This plus Lone Fire Blossom and Spore in your deck, or just Spore with a level 3 plant in your graveyard, like Dandelion or Lone Fire, equals draw a card, Librarian, and do either like a level 8 plus pop, like Scrapjagon plus pop a token for free destruction, or Trishula. You can just make Trishula on your opponent's
good,
turn.
I hear.
On your opponent's turn, right? Book of Moon. I ran this even though for whatever reason people were deciding to cut this. This card's just far too high utility. It just does everything.
It's at 1 for a reason.
Mind Control probably should be banned.
Agreed.
It's a good ass card. So yeah.
Especially with Exceeds.
Especially with Exceeds, yeah, it's so unfair. Taking opposing Tengus and stuff. 1 for 1. I side this card a lot on the mirror too, just because I'm Maxi, but sometimes I keep it in. It's just how I feel.
I find it being dead a lot of the time.
It can be dead too, but I'm pretty lucky with my Dandelion, so I like this card. But you gotta run it, so.
Yeah.
Darkhold, I'm not gonna talk about that.
Darkhold.
Foolish Burial. This can be sided out in the mirror a lot, but it's pretty good. It gives you access to all your tuners, gives you access to Dandelion, lets you do a lot of things. So, Heavy Storm, don't need to say. Mine says Violent. It's pretty cool. Violent, Violent Orage.
That's really...
Violent Orage. Got Reborn, don't need to say anything about that. Avarice. Only still run same trap lineup. 2 Warning, The Judgment.
Solemn Brigade, Dust
Shoot, and Torrential.
TT's good card.
Yeah, it's 41 card deck. It's pretty solid.
Pretty good.
That's my main deck. I'll show you my extra deck and my side deck real quick. I ran Zen Mains. At first I wasn't running this card. He's pretty good, but like I think Arcana Magician's also pretty good. Ironically, the only 2 games I made this card I lost. I don't think he's very good in the Plant Mirror match, but I do think he's pretty insane across the board against everything else.
Agreed.
Yeah, he's got 2100 defense. Like that's so absurd against so many things. Leviathan Dragon, Levier, which is going to be the first banned XYZ. Number 39. I don't run Roach because
Roach is bad. I mean, Roach is good, but
Roach was probably like okay before this, but I never ran Roach. I'm not a fan of that card. Trishula, Scrap, Formula, Orient, Armory Arm, Caster. It's like just regular.
Basic sinks.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, don't need to say much about that.
Yeah.
I side decked 1 DD Crow, even though I hate this card. It's like it's supposed to be in there for the mirror match, but like I don't even like siding it for the mirror match, even because like all the things that it hits, apart from Pot of Avarice and Debris Dragon, which should probably already be sided out if they know what they're doing. This card really only hits tuners, which are already it's like a +1 for them. Like you DD Crow on the chain, and yes, a lot of the time if you have a developed field, it can shut them down. But I find myself just not enjoying this card quite very much. There was 1 Doom Cow in Columbus, but decided to shoot for 2. I feel like this card's pretty strong in the mirror. 1900 attack, crashes with Thunder King. You can even, like, if you fear they have Tengu Warning or something, you can set it against Tengu. And
That's big ass.
Defense, big ass. And also, like, beating over, like, a Tengu and negating the whole chain of Tengus is pretty nuts. I like when people waste Maxi on this, because now I don't have to worry about Maxi for the rest of my combos. He's pretty good, and he's a Dark for Soldier, which can be important at times. I still use the 1 Forest. For random Dark World decks, which actually a few of them top today, so I don't feel bad about this.
3 in top 32 right now?
It has really high utility with Ancient Fairy Dragon. So you just like pop their card, gain 1000, search out Forest, activate Forest, and shuts
Plus you thin your deck down.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I went from 3 to 2 Leeching the Lights. He's pretty good, but I didn't expect that many agents. I only played 1.
Yeah.
I sided 2 Mind Crush again for agents and for like other decks like Karakuri's. I think this card's really, really good against Karakuri's, and yeah, this Mind Crush is pretty good. 3rd MST, obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Sided 2 Decree for all my anti matchups. I think this card just blowouts against TGs and other things that use a lot of traps, so I like Decree a lot. These 4 empty sleeves, 2 of them are Fiendish Chains, which is insane against dinos.
It's a really good card.
It's so good. It's great against dinos, Karakuri's, shuts down that, and then 2D Prisons, which is just super high utility for going second against Plant Mirror and like all these.
D Prison works for like everything.
D Prison works in everything. So that's my deck. Hope you enjoyed. Hope I gave a little bit more detail than I did in my Columbus deck profile.
Oh, you did. I enjoyed it. Well, good luck, and hopefully you'll top again.
Oh yeah. Hope number 7, right?
Yep.
Thanks.
All right.